On May 15th, 2022, around 11 p.m. local Texas time, many of us were delightfully treated to clear skies so we could witness the so-called superflower blood moon. Here in Houston, Texas, the Houston Museum of Natural Science enjoyed those clear skies. The superflower blood moon lunar eclipse was the longest lasting since 1989, clocking in at a whopping 85 minutes inside the center of the Earth's shadow, or umbra. Speaking of terms like umbra, let's briefly explore the anatomy of a lunar eclipse. Some of us might remember from school that a lunar eclipse happens when the Earth blocks the moon's sunlight, kind of like your little brother walking in front of the TV while you're playing video games. Move, Daniel! Mom! But here are some fun details about the anatomy of a lunar eclipse. Since the sunlight is also going through the Earth's atmosphere, the light gets bent and refracted exactly like it does as you've seen in a swimming pool, bathtub, or a prism. Not prison, prism. And exactly like a prism, the color gets spread out, and we see the orange and red part of the spectrum. The orangey red light is bent around the Earth and towards the moon. This is exactly why the moon turns reddish like blood. When the moon is directly behind the Earth like this, it is in the umbra part of the Earth's shadow. But on its way to the umbra directly behind the Earth, it first passes through the penumbra. The penumbra is the shade caused by the Earth only partly covering the sun. It's like blocking only some of a light bulb with a ball before completely blocking it. I can't see my homework, Daniel! Mom! The entire process happens again, I'm ridiculous, in reverse order as our orbits continue. The moon moves out of the umbra into the penumbra, then out of the Earth's shadow completely to hit your eyes like a pizza pie. Alright, want to learn a really cool extra tidbit? The principle of refraction we talked about a moment ago is also why sunrises and sunsets look reddish. The light is getting refracted and bent as it moves through a lot of atmosphere compared to around noon when the sunlight is at a direct angle and passing through the atmosphere at its thinnest point and therefore looks blue. When sunlight doesn't have much atmosphere to pass through, the weaker blue wavelengths can make it through to our eyes after interacting with the gases in our air. When it has to pass through a lot of atmosphere, only the stronger, longer red wavelengths make it to our eyes, or during our lunar eclipse, the moon, making it look red. Gosh, basic physics and astronomy is so cool, isn't it? And before we go, here's something that happened just before the lunar eclipse that some people might not have seen. The International Space Station flew across the sky. My goodness, I was only able to capture it with my phone camera, but still, neato. Thank you so much for watching. Consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. We'd love to see you at the Houston Museum of Natural Science, but as always, until then, stay curious.